Jill here. Welcome to my channel. I have been asked by my subscribers to do this, and I am more than happy to do it. I hope that you guys do take away some different techniques that you have yet to see out there. Now, I have had comments as well about, you know, so-and-so has done one and they don't even have hooded eyes, but I really think that's beside the point. Even if you're watching other makeup artists or people talk about and demonstrate what you can do for hooded eyes, and maybe they don't have as hooded eyes as you think they should have, try to toss that aside, because you're going to take away some great tips and pointers regardless. So really, it's all about learning and taking away even just maybe one thing that changes how you have been doing your makeup and you love the result. So let's get going on this. So how do we kind of diminish the heaviness? Maybe you even have puffiness in the hood that now is kind of starting to fall over your natural mobile lid. You may also have some downturn to the outer edge of your eye, causing the hood to kind of fall, and now it's pronouncing that natural eye shape that might be kind of naturally downturned. So we're going to talk about that as well. Now, if you've lived with hooded eyes for a while, then you know that transference, smudging, all of that happens really easily. So we want to downplay as much of that and eliminate that smudging of mascara, even just how eventually you will have transference with different colors and really kind of mucking up your look as the day goes on. There's two ways that we're going to tackle that. And one, I really do think if you have hooded eyes, that a good eyelid primer is going to be essential to your routine. I just recently discovered this one. This is the Shadow Insurance here by Too Faced. It's a 24-hour eyelid primer, and I really love it. Our focus today, though, is to use one to really kind of help with keeping our eyeshadows where they need to be and where we originally put them. So this one here does have a little bit of pigment, which is kind of nice, because if you have purpling or, you know, kind of discoloration in your eyelids, it's going to help a little bit. So for the eyes today, I'm going to be working out of the Too Faced Chocolate palette. I chose this one because I feel like maybe a lot of you have it, so I thought this would be a great one to do this with. I love doing a full-on wash color all over the eye. If you have hooded eyes, I definitely recommend sticking to matte. I tend to go with mattes for the wash color anyway. I'm looking for just a really nice kind of gesso coating, so the rest of the colors will blend really nicely over the top of it. And in the chocolate palette, we're going to be using the white chocolate. So I do like an even coat of this wash color all the way up into the brow bone and right here in the corner as well. There's a line here that you've heard me talk about if you've watched any of my videos, and it's establishing a really pretty overall illusion, and it's wonderful for mature women who are seeing some falling and sagging in various places, perhaps in the hooded area, whatever, because it's all going this way. So we want to give an illusion when people are looking at us, we're seeing ourselves, and it's kind of a lifting. It's quite powerful, and it's really essential that you see that visual line as you're applying your eye makeup. And to find that line, you're going to look straight on into the mirror, but you're going to go to the outside corner of your nose to the outside corner of your eye. And that is the line where you're going to stop pretty much all of the colors that you're applying in your makeup look. So you don't want too much to be falling, you know, too low down in here, nor do you want your eyebrow to start going beyond that line. Because it just will automatically pull kind of that visual down a little bit, and that's not what we want to do. So I'm actually going to draw this line here so you guys can see exactly as we're applying this, you know, on me, where that line is. Okay, so we have that. All right, so let's get started on this. All right, so it's time for the transition color. I'm using the same transition color for both of these looks. Let's get into that beautiful color here that we're using. This is a matte color. Again, it's really important that you do choose a matte color for this. So I'm gonna just start with padding. Padding is something I do with all of my application steps. And this is gonna cut down on fallout, and it's also going to just kind of press and pat that pigment into the tissue here. So I'm bringing this right here to the outside corner of my mobile lid, and I'm being really careful not to go too far outside that line that we have created. Okay, so I'm bringing this right here underneath the eyebrow. I'm gonna, on this particular look, leave a little bit of space here. I'm not gonna go directly up, but I am not putting it down in this area. I want this to stay bright. Okay. If you're like me and you do have some sagginess right in here, there's two things that you can do. You can take that transition color and definitely bring it down in here, and that will make the light kind of recede in there. But the thing is that it's the corner of the eye. Many of us are kind of naturally darker in there anyway. I like to keep nice and bright right here in the corner of my eyes. I think it brightens the eye in general, makes us look more awake. So this is maybe one place where that may not hold true. At least for me, I definitely do prefer to kind of do the trade-off and have more brightness in here to diminish dark circles I already have in that area. So you can still stick with matte colors. You can put a beautiful light peach in here depending on the look you're creating, a really nice matte sorbet orangey color, a pretty light kind of vanilla yellow. Those are all very brightening, and you can choose matte colors, so it's not necessarily going to bounce at you, but it is going to keep it really nice and bright right in there. I want to accentuate my mobile lid a little bit because many of us, when you open your eye, if you have, depending on the variance of your hooded eye, you may open your eye and you're not going to see any lid, any mobile lid at all. Your hood may be just really covering it all up. So you're going to want to do something to really accentuate that and give the illusion that you have more of a mobile lid. So we're going to take our pinky and we're going to dip into Shimma Shimma. This is a Makeup Geek, beautiful, wet looking color. It doesn't have any sparkles in it. You know, it's not anything like that. It's just a really beautiful kind of wet look. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and load up my pinky here, and I'm going to apply this right here all the way to the corner of my mobile lid and right on my mobile lid. And I'm gonna I don't really have to put anything over here because we're gonna be using something over there in just a bit. And then I'm gonna actually bring this up into my natural crease just in the center. And I'm not gonna go any higher than my natural crease because we don't want any of this on our hooded eye. But I'm just going to kind of bring it up a little higher than my actual mobile lid right here in the center. And then I'm just going to kind of blend that out. And I love Shimma Shimma because it's not over the top and you can use it in just about any look, and it's super pretty. I'm going to take a little brush here and I'm going to go into Shimma Shimma again, and I'm going to tuck it right here, right under the arch of my eyebrow. And I mean, I'm tucking it under. I'm actually drawing it a little bit on my brows just because I do not want to bring this down very far, but just enough to give the eye a lift. And that's all. We're not bringing it down any further than that. Going to be going in with this one. I can't see this without my glasses, but I'll put it up here somewhere. And this one's got longer bristles, a little softer, just smaller, and I have more control with it. But it does cover some ground, and that's good. So keeping in mind this side line here, we're going to start packing this color right here, about the size of the width of the brush itself, and we're going to go into a diagonal following that line, and we're going to be bringing it upward as well. Packing, packing, packing. I'm packing, bringing it down, packing, following that line here on the side. And I'm bringing it right over the top of where we applied that beautiful transition color. This is adding a lot of depth to this look. Now with that same 441 brush that we, did the transition color, I'm wiping the pigment off, and I'm just going to kind of take that and blend it out. Now for underneath the lash line, I'm going to use this very inexpensive E.L.F. brush. It's very dense. It's great for control. And I'm going to go into our transition color that we used. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tap this in first. If you're crepey under here, it's going to be virtually almost impossible to really apply this in any precision whatsoever without packing and tapping it on first. And I'm taking this out here and flicking it up this way as well. And I really want a soft, smoky application with this one. Kind of wipe it off in between and get that pigment off so you can really blend down that bottom edge. We're going to take the Cherry Cordial now, and we're going to apply this very, very, very close to that bottom lash line. That's why a brush like this works really well. We don't want to have it go down too far. Okay, I've dipped back into that transition color with my 441 brush here, and I'm just kind of making this transition here with colors a little softer. So I'm doing this to help blend and also to just up the intensity of that transition color right here at the top of the look. So I'm going to go ahead and tight line and waterline with an espresso brown. This is a very dark brown. Any nice pencil that you can use for this that's a little creamy will work great. I'm going to waterline with this color as well, but I'm not going to take it all the way to the inner corner. For hooded eyes, I definitely recommend curling your lashes. It's going to really kind of open the eye, and it's something that I just started doing myself, and it's made a big difference. So definitely curl your eyelashes. So let's do that now. If you have hooded eyes, it's essential to use waterproof mascara, and I love, this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex regular, but they also have a fabulous waterproof option. And the reason why it's important, and I think you're going to find a big difference, is you probably know more than anybody that when we have that hood hanging over and we put mascara on, curled eyelashes nonetheless, to open our eyes, that you're going to have lots of transference right on the hood, and it's going to drive you nuts. So definitely opt for the waterproof mascara. If you have hooded eyes, make sure that you have very clean brows, that you don't have a lot of hairs coming down over your hood, because we want to create as much space between that and your brows. So we want that space to be as big as possible. That way it's very lifting, and you can then have more space to kind of apply your makeup. So clean those brows up, make sure that they're just not messy and growing down really low. Definitely clean up this area down here. You don't want any strays growing down in this area. Getting rid of those is going to really give you an automatic lift. You'd be surprised, especially if you have kind of more darker brows. You'll really notice a difference. So this is the finished look for this look. Now, Granted, I did a little bit more intensity than I probably normally would do because I want you to see, you know, the actual application really well. But this is the side that is fantastic for hooded eyes. It's also great for downturned eyes as long as you pay very close attention to that line that we talked about and created in the beginning. And this is a great application method if you really want to kind of take the eye and kind of bring it away from your nose, or if you do have close set eyes, you want to kind of bring it out, and that's what a look like this will do. Okay, it is time now for this eye. Let's get that transition color going. All right, I'm going to use the Makeup Geek Dome brush here. It gives me just a little bit more control. And we're going to go into that same transition color as we did on this eye. Now we are going to really concentrate this application, not so much going to the outer part of the eye, but more bringing it up here into the center of the eye. So the big dome area, kind of that upward application, is going to be concentrated more here at the center of the eye, right underneath in my eyebrow, underneath that arch. I'm going to still bring this to the outside corner of my eyelid, but again, it's going to end up being more of a straight line than it is going to be a diagonal line. So I'm going to bring it right down in here, being careful not to bring any out this way. This is an excellent application method for those of you who really do have quite downturned hooded eyes. And I'm going to take and blend out the edges to make it still very, very soft. We are still going to use some of that gorgeous Shimma from Makeup Geek, and we're going to load our pinky with it just like we did. And we're going to apply this in the same place. And I'm just going to kind of blend that out too. Such a gorgeous color. So yes, we're still going to incorporate that gorgeous cherry cordial. That's still going to be, you know, the part of this eye look that's going to give us the most depth. But we're going to go in with a very small dome brush. This is the smallest dome brush in the Makeup Geek line, or anything like it. I want something that's not too soft because I want some control, and I still kind of want to pack on that color. So this works really well. And we are going to still apply this to the outside corner of the mobile lid, but I'm going to go up straight. I'm going to take this and I'm going to take it straight up. I'm not taking it out to the side at all. I'm really taking it straight up. As a matter of fact, it's going so straight up that I'm probably not even taking it on the outside portion of my actual mobile lid. This is going to really help give the illusion that you do not have downturned eyes, and it's going to lift everything up. So we're literally taking this straight up here. I am going to kind of push it and tuck it in close to my eyelash line there, and I'm just going to go straight up here with it, straight up, and I'm going to take it and bring it in just a little bit, and that's really just to kind of give us a nice gentle transition between the two colors. I'm going to blend. I'm going to load up the 441 brush with that transition color, just like we did on the other eye. And I'm going to bring it in here to the corner and just kind of bring it in a little bit more and be a really nice kind of transition blend to that other color. And then I'm going to just kind of blend that really nice. And we almost forgot, but it's pretty important. We're going to take that little tiny brush and put some Shimma on it, just like we did to the other eye. And I'm going to take that, tuck it right underneath the arch of my eyebrow. Remember, we're really tucking it in right under there. Now we're going to go ahead and do underneath the lower lash line. So we're going to load with that transition color first. I'm going to tap this right under just like we did on the other eye. So we're doing the same thing here. However, what I'm not going to be doing is I'm not going to be joining it up to the top. Take this little brush here and kind of blend that out. I don't want to see a start and stop line underneath for the most part with this application here. So it should look very soft. So now I'm going to go into that cherry cordial, and I'm really going to get this very, very, very close to my lash line. So I'm going to tight line and waterline the exact same way, same pencil, same color. Going to be using that waterproof mascara, put a few coats of that on, just like this eye. And then I'm going to be doing my brow the exact same way, and then we'll meet back here when we're done. All right guys, so this is, I'll bring you in just a little bit closer. This is our final looks today. So they're very different, but they're both very appropriate for hooded eyes. This side here, I think, is excellent for downturned hooded eyes. If the things that we did different was definitely the application of the transition color, even the application of that cherry cordial, that deepest color in the look, and also down here underneath the lash line, we did not connect it really to the top, but it looks connected because we made sure that we applied the colors, you know, to where we have this nice connected look. But if we actually took this color and connected it up here, it would have kind of blown that very vertical line that we wanted to create to give a lift to that downturned corner of the eye there. And this side is appropriate for hooded eyes and downturned eyes as well, as long as you take really good close, you know, focus on that line that we really kind of created in the beginning of the look. You're still going to get a very uplifted look, but not quite as much as this eye. And then we did the Shimma Shimma to really make our mobile lids pop. I didn't put that right in here, but I did keep that bright with that matte first wash color. So this was just two options, and there are many more for those of you that are dealing with different variances of hooded eyes, downturned hooded eyes as well. I hope that you found this very helpful and that you take away something that you can use in your eye looks. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think down below, and if you found anything that helped you and that you want to experiment with, I would love to know. Okay guys, we'll see you really soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.